Motion to adopt those, we'll entertain that.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay, minutes are adopted. Finance Committee agenda for today, new business. Number one, authorizing arbitrage rebate payments for the 2020 City of Tuscaloosa GOs. Ms. Standridge.
Good afternoon, Council.
Good afternoon.
This is requesting payment to the U.S. Treasury of approximately $600,000 of interest that we have earned on the 2020 bond issuance that is over and above any interest that we have paid. If you issue tax-free debt, then one of the requirements is that you cannot make money off of it, basically. And so if you earn any money over and above the interest that you actually pay to your bondholders, you are required to then resubmit that to the U.S. Treasury. Thanks to timing issues and the fact that the U.S. economy has been what it is and the interest rates have done what they've done over the last couple of years, we have earned a significant amount of interest. And 2020 is reaching the IRS compliance testing window of 5 years. And so we have calculated that we owe exactly $592,811.31. And so we will be remitting that back to the U.S. Treasury.
Very good explanation. Don't we hire, it seems like we pay $15,000 or $20,000 a year.
Yes, sir.
We hire a firm to make that calculation.
Yes, sir. Every year
monitor.
we hire the arbitrage group, and they will do analyses on all of our bond issuances. They will even tell us if we're on trajectory to create arbitrage repayment scenarios for any upcoming issuances. But this is the one that's actually meeting the deadline of needing to be paid.
Okay, good. Any questions, comments?
Begrudgingly, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion.
Give that 600 back. Second. All right, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Begrudgingly. Item number 2, 2022 budget revision number 4, Ms. Andrews.
This is the budget revision that was slightly previewed in Projects Committee regarding the tennis center. It's $240,000 that we are requesting to put into the tennis center by the following ways. We will be closing out Snow Hinton Park project within the 2022 bond as well. That will yield $16,891. We are done with that project, and so closeout is appropriate at this time. Springbrook Park is in the exact same scenario. That will yield that closeout will yield $24,941. There's about $1,500 in contingency, and then there is a lot really left over in the Benjamin Barnes YMCA, and so we feel comfortable taking out the rest from that one. And then again, putting the $240,000 into the tennis center. The detail of that is in your packet.
It was at 240 or 172 we put in tennis?
So yeah, I guess what was previewed in Projects Committee was only the amount for that 1.399 million project, which is about 176. We round up to 200,000, and then there's the 40,000 ish for the sign for Miss Emily Baker also. So that's where the 240 comes from.
Okay. Any questions or comments? Not. Is there a motion?
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Item is approved. Item number 3, Councilman Lanier request for authorization of an economic development agreement with the Delaney Property Group. This is the presentation that we had. I'm sorry, you're fine. This is the presentation that we had, I think, the last meeting prior to Christmas break. It is up for a vote today. It's on the agenda. I did also have a citizen ask who missed the meeting last if she could make a short comment. If none of the members have any objections, I'll allow that. Do any members have any objections to that? Okay.
Can I ask a quick question? Because
Sure.
I wasn't here, just make sure when
Sure.
I look back through this. The total incentive that is being asked for is $6 million, correct?
Correct. I think that you're a representative of the Delaney Group,
$6 million.
575.
575.
Okay.
Why don't you give your presentation first?
Yes, that's right.
Thank you. I didn't I didn't know they were going to do presentation.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
John Jackson with Delaney Property Group. Appreciate y'all having me back. Michael Delaney and I were here a couple weeks ago presenting, and so we're back with a few tweaks, but mainly the bones are the same. So what we're proposing is now, to your point earlier, $5.75 million incentive package for a project on Springbrook Circle. 3% sales tax revenue. We're proposing 9% to the developer and 10% to the city. Our estimates for sales tax generation at that 10% are $46,500 per year to the city directly. And then obviously when the incentive rolls over, when we hit the ceiling that we're asking for, then the rest is obviously 100% to the city. That is on top of the $67,000 in ad valorem taxes that the city will be getting per year with the new development, as opposed to, it's in that package, but forgive me for not knowing the exact number, $7,500 or so dollars a year that they're currently collecting from the 24 residential parcels. We propose a 25-year term, and what we're looking to do mainly is focus on new to market concepts. These are not currently offered in Tuscaloosa or neighboring communities. With the 60% student population from out of state now, these students are accustomed to eating and hanging out at these establishments, whether they're from the Midwest or the Northeast. Many of these concepts, the closest you can get them are maybe Birmingham on a few occasions, but Huntsville, Tennessee, etc. So, part of the reason for the incentive, among many, the initial cost just to take the property from what it is right now to, say, raw dirt and begin going vertical is over $7 million. So that's land acquisition, a lot of significant ALDOT improvements that are required to that intersection, the entrance, the exits, widening the entrance there at the light, pushing back stops on McFarland, taking out part of the median in McFarland. So significant ALDOT improvements. Also demolition, obviously, site work, utilities, underground detention is not cheap. And so those are just a few of the initial costs just to go vertical, which we will bear on the front end. Not asking the city for that. Obviously, the city's part comes into play on the back end when cash registers are opening and businesses are operating. So the market and the location, just for your information, has a rent ceiling. It's underserved on that south side of McFarland, and so tenants, typically when we talk to them, they would like to be further north. There's nothing available. So they like our site, but just because they're, kind of going to be a little bit further south, then they don't expect to pay the rents that we see, the market driving. So another reason why the gap is there for the project. Basically, the incentive request is not about increasing profit for the developer at all. It's simply feasibility. Our investors and lenders require a baseline return, as you're probably well aware, to finance projects of this magnitude. And without that threshold of the incentive, it's just not feasible. So, again, it allows us to meet that requirement and does not, create excess returns at all for the developer. Once again, just reiterating, all the city's dollars only come into effect after businesses are opening. And obviously we are incentivized ourselves to bring in tax revenue drivers, retailers that bring revenue.
John, what's the timeline that you expect the revenue generation and
So, yeah, I mean,
the build
we've got, one concept that would like to see their doors open at the end of this year now. So end of 26 would be our goal for the first one. I believe our closing and site work would start in July or so.
But the totality of the project,
Yeah, I mean,
what's a rough
Great
order of
que-
magnitude of when you think this thing will be up and running and paying?
so there's 6 lots now. Some are more desirable and better positioned than the others, but I would say probably shoot for 5 lots to be into 27, early 28.
All right. Members, any other questions, comments? Okay, I did have, is there anything else you wanted to add, John, before you say?
Yes, sir, I'm all good.
All right, thanks for coming in.
Yes, sir.
We did have a request from one citizen. If there's no objection from committee members, you'll be allowed a short comment again. A reminder of this.
I have it all written out.
Uh,
This is,
And if you would, give your name and address.
I will. This is for the, committee member.
Thank you. And then Ms.
Yes. Yes, I will. Let me get my glasses. Can't read without them. My name is Susie Smith and I live at 17 Springbrook. I urge the members of the Finance Committee to deny the tax incentive proposal for the Springbrook Commercial Development presented by Mike Delaney of Delaney Property Group, Mobile, Alabama, in the December 16th, 2025 committee meeting. Mr. Delaney described the tract as having 24 lots and 17 unoccupied houses. Only 23 of the lots were rezoned in July of 2017. 58 Springbrook, included in Lot 6 on the site map as a QSR, remains zoned residential. Houses are situated on 20 of the lots. 3 lots are vacant, with 1 being an economic remnant of 1/10 of an acre. If porch lights on, inside lights on, and/or cars in the driveway are credible indications, 5 of the 20 houses are still occupied. The projections Mr. Delaney outlined for Springbrook development are wildly optimistic. According to the construction timelines, page 12 of his presentation, the development will not be complete until Q4 of 2027. And the young man who just spoke said that's possible to be 28. It is realistic to believe that even under the best circumstances, the projected end date is aspirational and unlikely. A precarious economy, the cost of materials, a consistently reliable workforce, and numerous other unexpected circumstances will certainly occur. Question: are Mr. Delaney's projections for the complete development of 6 parcels? Question: upon what evidence does Mr. Delaney assert that the development will result in 215 new jobs and yearly income of $260,000 ad valorem, 465 sales tax, 465,000 sales tax and 7,000 rental tax, and total tax revenue of $729,000? Question: when would the city see his projections materialize? Mr. Delaney is merely speculating and cannot predict with certainty continued revenue for the city year over year from the development. Mr. Delaney projects actual sales on the development of being $15.5 million a year. This too is wildly optimistic. The 3 businesses of the 6 proposed mentioned in 2 Tuscaloosa Thread articles are Golden Corral, a mediocre buffet restaurant with an unstable financial history, Culver's, a glorified McDonald's, and Dutch Brothers Coffee that will join the 24 other coffee places now south of the river. Hardly prime examples of new-to-market businesses. Notably, at least 13 Tuscaloosa restaurants closed over 24 and 25, 8 in 25 alone. Mr. Delaney said that there was one business ready to go, so by the end of the next year, we can at least have one business open and running. Not very optimistic. Will that business be open while construction continues on the rest of the tract? Additionally, how is the construction and completed development expected to impact the current robust business of the convenience store gas station across Albright Road from the tract? My concerns for project success. As of the rezoning in July 2017, an average of 250 cars per hour per day passed the proposed entrance to the development. And unlike Mr. Delaney, I can back up what I'm telling you. Today, the traffic count is likely higher than that with the addition of a hotel south of the tract. When customers of any business cannot leave the development and get back to McFarland Boulevard, they likely will opt to go through Springbrook neighborhood, which already has a through traffic problem. Many customers will tire of the difficulty of getting in and out of the development and spend their money at similar businesses close by. No one can guarantee that all businesses will be successful over time, that the city will realize the promised revenue benefits, or that unsuccessful businesses will not end up empty, unsightly, and dangerous. Reason one, the tract remains undeveloped, is that the tract owners fail to entice any developer to it because the tract is not suitable for commercial development. Please do not approve subsidizing a commercial boondoggle that must come from Tuscaloosa taxpayers, many of whom would oppose this project. I can back that one up too. Please do not compel the tax-paying residents of Springbrook to contribute to the destruction of 1/5 of their neighborhood. If Springbrook Commons, formerly Black Warrior Village, and no telling what the real name of the place will end up being, is to be done and is to be as successful as predicted, the owners of the tract will be very capable of picking up the full development tab. And I have one other comment that's on the back of the sheet that I gave you. And also you'll notice the aerial view of the lot. On site, page 7 of Mr. Delaney's presentation, he says that the development will improve the visual appeal of McFarland Boulevard corridor. Some of the trees on the rezoned tract have been there since 1945. They are older than anyone in this room,
Not yet.
including me. They are older than anyone on the financial committee, the developer, and everyone else who attended the finance committee meeting on December the 16th.
As old as Kip.
Saving the old trees instead of raising all the trees on the site will enhance the visual appeal of the development as well as the McFarland Boulevard corridor, which will be beneficial to the neighborhood and to the city in numerous ways. One, environmental, for the neighborhood, noise, light, pollution. Please consider that, developers. So if you look at that photo, you can see the convenience store that's right across the way from the proposed development rezoned tract. And if you can hardly follow the street that goes around the tract because of the trees that are on it. So there have been little to no concessions or considerations for Springbrook neighborhood through this entire project. This rezoning nightmare that has been going on since 2015. So I really would appreciate you considering the viability of this development and also certainly the cruelty of making taxpayers pay for it.
Ms. Smith, thank you for your comments. Any committee members have any additional comments or questions? Okay. If not, is there a motion?
Mr. Chairman,
Yep.
it is permissible to make a motion to move this to full council with no recommendation from this committee, correct?
It is.
I would like to make a motion to move this to council.
Second?
So may I just ask for clarification to move it to full council where you have to do full,
For consideration.
well, we have to do a full publication and draft a resolution with the details of what's going to be a part of this. And so should I draft that in accordance with what was laid out here
I would
today?
draft it as it's laid out here.
Yes.
Okay, any other questions, comments?
And I'm sorry, one more note, just because of publication timing, this will not be able to go next week, then we have the holiday, so it will move to the 27th.
Okay, there is a motion and a second. All in favor, say aye.
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 There's always a plan.
Any opposed? All right, the motion or the initiative will go to city council for full consideration on what date, Mr. Holmes?
The 27th.
27. All right. Any other business to be brought before council or committee? Okay, is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion. Second.